In this video tutorial, we're going to be talking about power savings. We're going to show you how you can put the screens into standby mode. We'll also show you how you can physically turn on and off your PC that runs your Signage presentation. Setting your physical Signage player computer to turn off every night will obviously save on energy and also will increase the lifespan of the computer. Now, if your BIOS supports it, you also have the ability to set your Signage player PC to automatically come back on in case there's a power outage. So we'll show you that as well. So the first thing you want to do is you want to boot your PC on and press the delete key or F2, depends on your PC, to go into the BIOS. And when you're inside the PC BIOS, you're going to the standard CMOS features. There you want to go ahead and set up the correct date and time. That's really important. So make sure you set the correct date and time in your BIOS. And then next you will go into the power management setup. Under the power management setup, you'll set the power on after power fail. This will allow the system to come back on if there was a power outage. So again, make sure that's enabled if you have this in your BIOS. And next, we're going to go to the power on by alarm. The power on by alarm needs to be enabled if you want the machine to automatically come back online every single day or every single morning. So if we enable this and set the day of month alarm to 0, this would mean that the machine will go ahead and try and turn itself on every single day. So 0 would mean every single day. And then you want to set up the time. So let's say 8:30 every morning. So we'll set this to 8:30. This would cause the machine to turn on every morning, since it's 0, at 8:30. So now that we've set up the physical machine to turn on every morning, we can go over here to stations and select the machine that represent this particular physical machine that we were just on. So if this is this LA player, and then we would switch over here to power savings. So right now nothing is configured, so we'll go ahead and switch into monitor, and under the monitor we have the option to put the monitor into standby mode, kind of like a screensaver, and we can set the time that it'll actually turn on and the time that's going to turn off for every day of the week. So right now nothing is configured, and we can basically say that on Sunday it's going to be turned on at 8 o'clock and turn off at 8 o'clock at night. So that's one option. So you can do it via the turn on and turn off of the actual monitor, of the actual screen. Another option, which is actually recommended, is to physically turn the machine on and off. And to configure the on time, we just demonstrated via the BIOS, so we should just show you the video how to do that. And then all you have to do is simply set the time off that you want. So if you want to turn off the machine at 8 o'clock, or let's say 8:30 in the evening, at 8:30 on Sundays, the physical machine would actually turn off, and then the BIOS would go ahead and turn it back on, which what we configured earlier was 8:30 in the morning. So the machine would work from 8:30 in the morning till 8:30 in the evening. Now let's assume that the business is going to be closed on Saturday, so we don't need the player to be on at all. Well, you can't do that because the BIOS will automatically turn it on at 8:30 in the morning. But what you can do is you can set the off time at, let's say, 8:45. And so the player is only going to be on for about 50 minutes or so on Saturday. So that's just one way to work around that problem. And also it's very important that you properly set up the time on the box in the operating system itself. So if you're using Windows or Linux, you want to make sure that the time matches the BIOS time as well. So we're going to go over here and click on the start and go to the settings control panel, and this will pull up our control panel, and we'll launch the date and time utility. And again, you want to make sure that the time right here and the date matches the same time and date of your BIOS. And that's it. At this point we're done. We've set up the BIOS, we set up the Signage Studio for the turn on and turn off times, and we also set up the time on the operating system. I hope you enjoyed this demo, and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.